appears that we are now live here at the Bogan Boulevard Bar and Bistro. Um, I had some technical issues last time, meaning that I didn't have something quite plugged in all the way. Um, I'm not surprised that that was a problem. But anyway, um, I have a glass of Scotch whiskey here with me, and uh, I suppose I should probably polish that off here before too long. But I'm going to tell you the story of the Bogan. Um, by the story, I mean just kind of a basic introduction. Uh, my dining room here in my home in Northeast Ohio has been converted to the Bogan Boulevard Bar and Bistro uh, because there is a well, really, it's because I put a sign up on the wall. Um, and that's about all you need, I think, really, to make it official. But I am an American boy here from the good old U.S. of A. in Northeast Ohio, and um, well, the love of my life, really. She was born and raised in Australia, and at the moment lives in I guess Southeast Queensland, uh, and uh, a an Australian term for somebody who would be kind of like me would be Bogan. I'm definitely Bogan. I have a truck out in my driveway that is the same age as me. It is 39 years old. Um, I my house is just it's basically just a conglomeration of various additions and whatnot that were added before I got here. I live in a good neighborhood, and probably, well, I definitely know that my house is the oldest house in the neighborhood. It's probably down toward the bottom and one of the worst houses in the neighborhood, only because it is one of the oldest houses, and it's basically just a bunch of additions, and that in itself is pretty bogan. Uh, the old truck in my driveway, yeah, that's pretty bogan too. Uh, if you need any sort of a definition of what bogan is, you could look it up on YouTube or whatnot. Um, it's basically white trash. That's for lack of a better term, that's what it is. And really, I don't aspire to be anything more than that. As it stands right now, um, this is something that's very uncomfortable for me to do. Um, I don't necessarily find any sort of public speaking to be something that is a strength of mine. Although I do hear that I do have a very good broadcaster's voice. Hello, live from the Bogan Boulevard Bar and Bistro. This is Jeremy, although I think I need a better name for broadcasting. I'm not sure that Jeremy is very good for broadcasting. I'm rambling now. Anyway, um, yeah, as it stands, I named my bar here in Northeast Ohio the Bogan because, as I've discovered as I've gotten a little bit older, yeah, I probably should be Australian. It is definitely something that seems to suit me a little bit better. Uh, like I said, the love of my life lives there. Hopefully she's watching this right now. I gave her the link to it live, but until I see any proof otherwise, I don't know that she's actually watching. Um, I just feel like every time that I'm there that I might fit in a little bit better there than I do here. I'm not saying that I'm a bad American. Nah, not a bad American. But I'm sure that if the comment thread is open on this, somebody's probably going to have something smart to say. Um, like I said, this is an introduction to this particular webcast, where it's pretty much just going to be me talking into the camera, and, or possibly me talking into the camera while on FaceTime with my woman on the other side of the planet. Or it could just be me sitting down with somebody and just talking about who knows what. Anyway, this is my show. I do a show with my son, which I just wrapped up with a minute ago, which is about sports and whatnot. But this is just going to be about whatnot. I'm a big fan of just kind of meandering about, and babbling on about whatever, whenever I get the chance. It's not something that I really did much when I was younger. It just wasn't me then. And I'm not sure that it's me now, but as far as I'm concerned, it appears to be that the more you do something you're not good at, the better you'll get at it. And again, well, not again, because I haven't told you before. As I'm getting older, I'm nearing 40 years of age. I want to get better at doing things I'm not good at. And speaking in public and speaking in a forum like this is something I'm not necessarily good at, but I want to get better at it. Another thing that I was never good at growing up was doing any sort of exercise or anything of endurance. And as you can see, the shirt that I'm wearing today here, geez, everything is that's on this side. It's backwards. The camera is confusing me. Yes, Detroit Free Press. I did the half marathon less than a week ago in Detroit. Detroit is a 3-hour drive away, so it was not really particularly easy for me to go there. I'd spend the night there, get up at like 2:30 in the morning, get ready to go, park the car, run the race, come back to the car, drive 3 hours home, take a nap, and then go to work for a while. Again, not particularly something easy, but as I've gotten older, oddly enough, it's gotten easier to do things that aren't easy. And that's something that I don't think I could have done when I was younger. You learn that when you get older. Things that are difficult, but that are attainable, are just something that you have to do. It's just something that has to be done. Clearly, I'm babbling right now, so I'm definitely going to have a drink. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to end this show or how I'm going to sign off, but I do believe that since you're hanging out with me in my bar, which you can't see at the moment, I guess I'll try and, I think I might try and take a snapshot of the sign I have posted on the wall and put that up as the thumbnail for this episode, this inaugural episode. So yes, here's the Glenlivet 12 years of age, which I don't care for. It's not very good. I don't like it. I gotta make the rest of it gone pretty quick so I can get something better. But anyways, cheers. And I'll see you around soon. If you have any sort of questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, or you can send an email to, we'll send it to the main email for all of my channels. It is no spaces. It will be just the words fracturedfamilymedia@gmail.com. Go ahead and feel free to send me an email with a question or whatnot, and I will definitely address it in a future episode. Truthfully, if this gets 10 views, I will be quite surprised. This is not something that is a strength of mine, but I hope to make it a strength. Mostly because, and just because, hell, alright, words are starting to tumble out of my mouth at a rate that is not acceptable. but I've been told that I have a very good broadcasting voice. Stay tuned, and maybe I can find, and maybe I can mine some humor or some philosophy, or did I just say philosophy? No, that sounds too much like pee, like actual pee. I meant philosophy. Uh, Occasionally I stumble upon something that is very philosophical, that I come up with on my own, and then I find out later is something that somebody else talked about, um, which I guess probably makes it a pretty good idea, pretty good thing to think about. But anyway, um, if you've stuck with me to this point, I appreciate it, and make sure you subscribe. And as I said, send an email to fracturedfamilymedia@gmail.com, and I will be right back with you as soon as possible, or I will address it here live on the air, so to speak. Um, there may be another broadcast tomorrow, or there may not. I'm not sure. Either way, take care, and yeah, just be well. That's 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 my message. Be well. All right. And now you get to look at me awkwardly while I try and stop the live stream. All right.